Okay, pop quiz. What does ADSR stand for? Just kidding, but let's talk about it. Amp envelopes were designed to help replicate the way the volume of a sound changes throughout it being played. Synthesizers have two parameters that they can work with to paint out this map: when the user starts playing the note and when the user stops playing the note. That's kind of true of real instruments too. A piano, when you hit the key, the hammer hits the string, sound starts playing. As long as my finger's still there will still be some ringing, and as soon as I let go, the damper comes down and the sound is killed. Now, other sounds behave really differently. Say if I'm playing a string on a violin with a bow, when I start playing the bow, the sound is gonna swell in and take a while to reach its maximum value, but then once I stop, it's gonna taper off. Synthesizers use ADSR to give you 4 parameters with which you can kind of manipulate the way that the volume is moving. A really short attack time would imitate, say, a piano or a pluck of some kind. A really long one, a violin, something soft, something fluffy, maybe a pad. Now, the attack time is measured in milliseconds. It's how long it takes a sound to go from 0 decibels to its maximum volume. And it's triggered by the user playing the note, inputting signal. D is for decay. Decay is how much time transpires between the sound reaching its maximum volume and its sustained volume. Now, obviously, that means the decay will depend on the sustain. If my sustain is at 100% or 0 decibels, there's nowhere to decay to. But if my sustain is pretty low and I'm losing about half the amplitude, you're gonna hear a little more of the decay. Now, don't get it twisted. Both attack and decay are measured in milliseconds, but sustain is a volume, so it's measured in decibels. Again, sustain is just the volume that the sound is going to stabilize at until the user releases the note, and that's when R, release, kicks in. That's just the amount of time it takes the sound to go from sustained volume to 0 again. If my sustain is at 0, I'll never enter my release. If my sustain is not 0 and my release is really long, it's going to gradually fade out. And with a super duper short release, you can recreate more digital sounding things because it has a really artificial effect to it. So all your 8-bit stuff. Now, that's just when an envelope is used to modify the amplitude. Envelopes can be used to modify virtually anything else on a synthesizer. The whole fun of synthesis is that you can map a whole ton of things that modify parameters to parameters. Envelopes might have been initially intended to just modify and sculpt the shape of the sound from the volume's perspective, but they can be used for just about anything. Maybe if you commented and followed and things of that sort, I could do a video talking about that. Regardless, I love you and you're super awesome, and everyone says it all the time behind your back.